And again, that's what I like with the behavior profiling. I'm adding new stuff. I'm adding negotiation skills. And I'll be the first to say I didn't invent it. I didn't go into a meditative state on a mountain and come down. Somebody turned me onto a book. And again, you listen with the NLP ears and you're like, oh, this is what that is. Like quick one. And I remember this from the hostage negotiation class I was in. Uh, One of the most powerful things when you're talking to somebody is to just repeat the last three words they say.
Okay.
That's their idea of mirroring. And it's different than ours, but I forgot how powerful that was till I reviewed the course. And, someone that I knew that also went through that course. And again, none of the top NLP people have been through a lot of this stuff. I call BS on a lot of these guys that act like they've done all this stuff, right? But it's like just repeat, whatever those last three words. It's mirroring and it aligns and makes different. And I'll close with something I brought back into my repertoire. And if you do this, if you do sales, marketing, a couple people mentioned coaching, doing all this stuff, is when someone hits you with like what they want you to do, one of the most powerful phrases is to mirror back what they want you to do, just paraphrase it in just a couple words, and then add the magic sentence. How am I supposed to do that? And shut up. Because it makes the person that you ask that question solve the problem. Right? Or if they just say, that's not my concern, I would say, from a business standpoint, I don't want to do business with you. You're not going to help me solve the problem. I don't have, I just did that I was thinking about buying a new car. And of course, they hit me with a price. And I went, Joe, how am I supposed to do that? I did it to two different dealers. And one went, well, we could work out something, maybe a lower payment, bigger down, a lower payment with more down, whatever car salesman would do. But he was trying to work with me. And I remember one guy went, nah, that's not our problem. If you got the credit, we'll just do it. And I'm like, so if I didn't decide to buy the car, but if I did, who do you think I'm going to work with? The guy that's willing to work with me and solve the problem, or the guy that just like, well, that's your problem, you know? Uh, and so, have some fun with that, so just kind of mirror back those things and just say, how am I supposed to do that? And is anybody parents, when your kid asks you to do something, just look, just look at them and say, how am I supposed to do that?
I'll do
It
that.
really, yeah, then they'll help you try to solve the problem, especially, if you're obviously the mother and you say, the kid wants you to do something. How am I supposed to do that? Your father won't approve. And it brings them into the negotiation, as we used to say. Now it's a negotiation. I said, listened to a recording when I was at that training, and it was a big hostage situation, all this. And of course, I had skepticism about how powerful it was. But when they hit the guy with this is the demands, right? It's like you see in the movies, a car and money and all this. And the guy went, the negotiator, all he said is, how am I supposed to do that? That's not going to happen. And the guy kept lowering, and he goes, quit thinking about the movies, right? And so the guy kept lowering his demands, right? And basically got nothing, right? But was happy about it, right? So anyway, so yeah, have some fun with that, and just